Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back, it's Jordan here. There's so many awesome things happening in the Lego room right now, and I'm having a difficult time this morning figuring out what I'm gonna do today. I was thinking to myself, maybe we should build some Lego Star Wars sets. I've got the X-Wing up here, also the Justifier, half built. There's also the Mandalorian Fang Fighter versus the Interceptor, the little mini Death Star right over here. And then I also have like the full-size Mandalorian helmet by Bricker Builds and also the Darksaber. So I could build a bunch of Lego Star Wars stuff and then integrate it into the display. I think that would be a fun day. But shoe on the other foot, there's a bunch of stuff that I need to take care of in the Lego City as well. I need to add all the fun stories to the beach here. Like, the beach looks awesome, but there's benches randomly placed everywhere and nothing really makes sense. There's a lifeguard shack, but there's no people. So I've got to add all the stories and minifigures to the beach. And I also need to modularize all three of these buildings right here. Speaking of buildings, my triple boutique hotel mock needs some work as well. And so does the custom mansion here. Need to build a staircase going up to the 3rd floor and then start working on the 3rd floor. One day our winter village is going to get a nice upgrade because I have the Bricklink designer program Winter Village Chalet. That needs to be integrated into there. And then of course there's going to be the 2023 Christmas set, but I don't think it's the right season to start working on that. Hey, this campground looks pretty awesome with all of these autumn colored leaves. As of late, I've been focusing on the raised platform. These trees up here look pretty awesome. We've got the 8 Studs house, the airstrip, and also the Lion Knight's castle. I need to work on the platform coverings, cover up some of those bricks and the mills plates, and just sort of redevelop this and blend it in a little bit better, because it doesn't really make sense to have like these arches popping off everywhere and then having these exposed colors. Doesn't really look that good. I also need to build our train station into the raised platform covering right there. It would be pretty easy to rework my gas station mock, which is currently right there. It's an octane gas station. I'm going to convert that into a corner building, and that would actually be really easy to do. The downtown core looks amazing. It's coming along so nicely, especially with the addition of the 2nd floor to the bowling alley. Just sort of pulled this whole area together, didn't it? Now, we recently expanded the downtown core right by the amusement park here, where we have a one-way road and the new train station. I also need to continue working on this area. I want to add a nice forested green space right here. That would look pretty awesome. I also want to add another forested green space over there in front of the hospital, and then a couple more over there by the farm as well. And I also need to work on developing the plates on either side of the amusement park. So that's something else we could work on today as well. And then of course there's always sorting parts, but who wants to do that? Hey, I did run my Technic pieces through my brick sorter the other day, and I extracted all of my pins very easily. That was awesome. Like, my Technic drawer was an absolute disaster, and I just sorted all the small pins right to the bottom because we were building those trees and I ran out of pins. Sorted them through there, found my pins immediately. It was amazing. So as you can see, there's so many different things that we can do in the Lego room. It's actually pretty awesome. I'm pretty lucky that we can have so many different projects going on at once, and it's sort of like, or how I like to operate the channel, and also how I like to function in my Lego room, just because every day is different that way. It's really hard deciding what I want to do today, though. Like, I just wanted to show you how many different things we've got going on right now, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, truly. What are we going to do? I know I've been working on a lot. It's the raised platform. I think I'm going to work on that, just because those colorful exposed bricks at the back there really get on my nerves, so I want to fix that. You've got to agree, those colorful bricks just sort of take away from this whole area, and they're in the background of the Lego city. Like, that has to be fixed. It's all about prioritizing, and I think that's a priority for me. Like, this beautiful Lion Knight's castle and then these ugly 2x2 bricks. That's just not doing it for me at all. So I've got to fix that up today. So for me, it's all about picking a specific task and then trying to accomplish that in one day. There are so many different things that I want to do, and eventually I want to get them all done. But I think these colorful bricks have got to go. Like, I do not enjoy looking at that. And I think I've made some tremendous progress up here on the raised platform. Like, it is coming along quite smoothly, and there's a lot of things that are happening all over the place in this Lego room right now. And I'm pretty excited about it. And I'm pretty excited about getting rid of these colorful bricks because, ew, gross. I don't like that. I gotta say, removing all of those platform coverings was super easy. Just detached the train track and those stacks so nicely. Got the underlying plate and the tiles on top. They were held together with cheese slopes and tiles. But then once you remove that, this popped out because they're all their own individual little modules. I didn't remove that one there because that's where our train station is going to go. I'm going to save that for last. And there they all are. Pretty sweet. Yeah, each one is its own little component. I forgot how easy it is to remove these things. These arches support the train track, and they have the smaller arches on top. I was thinking maybe we should get rid of those. I didn't really know what to do, but I think we're just going to top it all with 4x light gray plate. And that's sort of going to be like the top of these platform coverings, and then we'll build up from there. Oh, looks like I forgot one. That's the one with the tunnel here. We've still got to build a bunch more platform coverings for back here. Still not sure what we're going to do. At least these rides sort of block that somewhat. But yeah, not really a huge fan of this exposed like table edge and the fact that you can see like the train track behind there. I guess it's pretty cool because you can see the trains whipping underneath the raised platform. So it's not too bad, right? Now I have decided that this hill is actually going to be demolished. So I will be using all of these parts to create smaller sections for the remaining space up here on the raised platform. And these smaller sections are going to have things like the jousting set and also the blacksmith. Some people in the last video were saying that I should put the blacksmith on the plate over there by the airstrip. I just don't think there's going to be enough space. And I think the blacksmith should actually go by the jousting. So I think that'll be super neat. Still haven't quite decided what we're going to do with that plate over there. I really don't mind it being a forest. And we're actually going to be working on that today as well. Forested area, hey? What would look good in a forested area beside the Lion Knight's castle? I think I have just the set. So 4 studs of gray plate, and then the masonry wall topped with the light gray tile. Then sort of like a mill plate technique, use 2 of the 2x4 medium azure plates, and then the green on top, just to conserve brick because that brings you up to 1 brick. Then there's 3 studs, so there's 1 more stud available there, and just filling that in with 1x4 plates and some 1x2 plates underneath, and that fills in the tops of the raised platform coverings pretty nicely, and it should match the height of the mill plates found on the raised platform. Uh-oh, I made a mistake. These actually used to support a sidewalk because they used to have road on the raised platform. And that sidewalk was 4 studs. And that's why these platform coverings are shifted forward 2 studs, and there's 2 studs open back here. So we're going to switch this plate up here with from 2x to 4x, and that should solve the problem. And I think I forgot about that because I haven't really removed these in a long time. And that's why there was like this big gap behind these houses when this was pushed up against the platform. Remember, I was like, oh, there's a misalignment happening here. I'm so sad. What's happening? Oh no, that's because there's 2 studs open back there. So if I move this forward and then the grass on top is replaced with a bigger plate, then that's going to solve that problem all the way along, because it's actually like that over here too, where the Mountain View Observatory is. And I actually fixed that when we built this custom mountain right here. That's the base of the observatory. It's fixed. You can see there's like a little bit of a right angle there, right? So I fixed it over there when we built this massive mountain, but then I forgot about it here. So we're just going to quickly swap out those plates, and hopefully that solves the entire alignment problem. So that's a real positive thing right there. So I figured while I'm at it, may as well take care of the train tunnel one that was right there, and also the one with like the rocks and the little mini waterfall as well. Oh my gosh, how big of a difference does that make? Looks absolutely fantastic. Those colorful bricks were just brutal. And now like these nice masonry bricks on top of the platform covering sort of underline the awesome scene up top there. Oh, looks so good. The next thing I need to do is replace the train track. So put the train track back. But yeah, it was so easy just to pop these things out, then rebuild it. Also, that spacing issue that we ran into there was hugely positive because there's actually more space between the cement and the creek now. And also, I had one problem. I was like, how am I going to bring minifigures from over here, from the airstrip, to over there? Guess what? That solves the problem, because now we have all of this space right here, which is 5 studs, to create a path or trail leading to that section of the raised platform, which is awesome. Also, when I make this trail right here come down and pop over this creek, we can connect it with the other trail that branches off and goes along there. So that is amazing. There's going to be a trail all the way along. And then we're going to be able to put that jousting set and also the medieval blacksmith over there and have trail access. So it's absolutely perfect. Now there is one little flaw that's happening here, and I'm going to be able to fix it with Lego. So some of the plates have a little bit of separation because I don't use Technic pins. So there's a little bit of separation. What I'm going to do is just simply put like a 1x4 plate there. Probably one at the back and one at the front, and then just connect these things with like 2 or 3 studs or 4 studs or whatever, and that should take care of most of this separation. There's one other flaw that's going to be a little bit harder to fix, and it involves woodwork. So my raised platform is built using melamine, 3/4 inch or something like that. I think it is 3/4 inch melamine, maybe 5/8 even. Yeah, so I actually built it in 40-inch sections, so it was easier to bring it in here. And I guess my legs, I don't know, some of them might be like 1 millimeter shorter or 2 millimeters shorter just because of the saw blade, etc., whatever. Mismeasuring, who could know, right? And also the legs are sort of spread out pretty far, so sometimes the melamine likes to bow a little bit in the middle. So there's a little bit of a bow on this one here, and that's why this gap is a little bit bigger. Honestly, unless you're me, or unless I tell you, you wouldn't be able to see that. So I'm just going to like blend this in with Lego, and then you won't even be able to tell. Like I'll just put some 1x plates here and fill that in. But it is just a little bit of a flaw, and I wanted to let you know just so it bothers you. There you go. I'm a nice guy. It bothers me, but I don't think it's worth like recutting legs, pulling out the drill, fixing the legs, or cutting shims to try and fix it when I can literally just fix it by laying, 20 plates of Lego and fix the problem like that. I think it's easier to fix it with Lego than power tools. Yeah, I'd rather do that anyway. Yeah, so everything's looking pretty fantastic. The train track is reinstalled, so that's good. And the next thing you gotta work on is this plate right here. So with the Forest, this plate already looks pretty good, but I think the Forest Hideout is gonna look pretty sweet there as well. So this is a promo set that has 258 pieces and 2 minifigs. There we go, pretty basic set. Comes with the 2 minifigures that are both well equipped with a sword and a bow and arrow. There's also the archery target and a spear on the side there. Lots of black elements and lots of tree limbs as well. The blue angled roof, the flag, and also those 2 awesome shields there. And it can be displayed like this, which is in the open position, and it can also be closed up as well. Let's see if there's any interior details. We've got a ladder and also a barrel, so not much going on there. Some masonry bricks integrated into the black components there, and then this can just close up like that. So we can display it like this, or opened up. Haven't quite decided yet. I like how there's the little arches built into the walls there. It's a little bit tight in there, but you can fit a minifigure in there, and then you can sort of see them poking out through those little archery arrow loops, I believe they're called. And then, of course, you can, once again, open this up and take a peek inside. So yeah, pretty neat little set. Now it's time to integrate it onto our plate. So there we have the upgraded plate with the Forest Hideout and also the connection of the 2 trails as well. A couple stepping stones going over the creek there. The Forest Hideout is looking toward the trail, so sort of guarding it there. And the trail actually splits. So it leads this way here, and it's going to connect to the trail, which is going to continue that way toward the jousting area and also the blacksmith. And then it also comes this way as well toward the runway. So it's all connected, which is pretty neat. Now, in regards to the runway, I did try to keep smaller trees here. Also, you can see there's a stump there, so they've cleared out a tree there, or cleared out some trees, and there's just some smaller ones that are sprouting, because that's going to give the pilots enough room to fly out. Now, you've got to be the best bush pilot in the galaxy to use this runway, that's for sure. Now, the next thing we're going to be looking at is the 8 studs house. So I'm going to be extracting that plate, and we're actually going to be bringing it forward so we can put some trees behind it. Check it out, we actually didn't have to bring the house forward because there's 2 studs of room back there. Just had to build some flat back trees, put it up on some stilts, continue that hill behind it, and those trees pop out over top of the house. Then there's also this one here, it's built with arch pieces, the circular bricks, also a bunch of plate, a bunch of leaves, and those trees do a great job of filling that space behind the 8 studs and just adding like a backdrop of color, which is going to fill that white wall in nicely. And this is arching over the road, That's also going to fill in the wall nicely as well. Oof, that's a nice backdrop behind the 8 studs house there. Takes away from that white wall a bit and just continues that sort of tree feeling up here on the raised platform. Got to continue this trail here. And it's going to continue in front of the Lion Knight's castle on the green space on top of the raised platform coverings there. And it's actually easier just to remove the top than extract them all again, I think, because I only have to remove a few of them. So it'll be nice to continue building that trail. Now that trail leads all the way over here to the edge of the plate with the Lion Knight's castle. So that's awesome. What's crazy to think is this raised platform, which hasn't been developed ever in the Lego City, is almost done now. Pretty much this entire area that you see in the shot right now is done, other than the lack of vegetation on the edge of the plate along there. Now, I thought this trail was going to go all the way along, but I don't think it's going to go all the way along because people can just walk on the runway. Just watch out for planes, right? And now I've stopped the trail here just because this area is not developed yet. So we only have 5 more 48 by 48 base plates to worry about. And once those are developed, the entire raised platform is going to be complete. So I decided to move the mega hill into the corner here. It stands 11 bricks tall on top of its mills plate. So it's an absolute beast. Now, originally I thought I was going to get rid of this, but then I was like, if it's in the corner there, it's going to lift up whatever is on top of it above the haunted house and not quite above the loop coaster, but it's going to give the thing a little bit more height. So maybe I need to keep this massive plate because it gives the corner more height and sort of makes it stick out behind these attractions at the amusement park, right? So maybe having the tall plate isn't the end of the world. But then I have this spot right here, which is actually 2 of the 48 by 48 plates. So now I'm thinking I've got to create a new plate for that. And on that new plate is going to be the jousting set. And honestly, I think that the blacksmith is going to look pretty cool on this big, tall hill. And we'll completely redevelop this hill so that it looks similar to this. Yeah, so that would look pretty fresh. But now I've got to create a massive mills plate using whatever green brick I have left to fill in this spot right there. And there you have it. Now I've showcased how I build these hills many times here on the channel, so I decided not to do it this time. This one, however, is a little bit different. Classically, I would build the mills plate, and then I would put the green brick on top, and then retop that. Whereas this one is built pretty much just like a mills plate. The brick underneath, there's a whole bunch of 2x4 just because I have a lot of 2x4 right now, but just supports the plate top. So I built this one pretty much just like a mills plate, a giant mills plate that is actually 4 bricks tall. Now I couldn't make it any taller because I only had this much green brick. We are literally running out of green brick. That's all I've got left, which is crazy because I've bought so much from the pad wall, and these hills have pretty much consumed them all. The base layer is multicolored brick just because that gets covered up by the platform covering, so I figured whatever, I can do that multicolored, and then just gray and tan top, and that's going to get all covered up just like the Lion Knight castle plate. And then I've did some bridge work under here to conserve parts as well with the 1x16 black plates, but all under here is like 2x4 plate, and it's pretty well supported. It's going to be able to support the very light jousting set, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm thinking the jousting set is going to go on here. And I honestly think that that's just going to look amazing when it's integrated onto this plate here. I'm fired up. Like, when that's on there and it's fully landscaped and like placed properly, it's going to look awesome. Same with the medieval blacksmith up here on the tallest hill. Yeah, like, it's going to be incredible. And once we get those done, this raised platform is going to be finished. Doesn't that look better though with no colorful bricks exposed? Just so much better. Also the addition of those trees and the trail and this hill. And I've already decided the next project that I'm probably going to work on is this raised train station that I've been talking about for so long. It's going to be 32 studs long. It's going to be built into the raised platform right there. I've got a really cool plan, and I was thinking about that today as well. But yeah, there we go. Raised platform development looking awesome, nice and clean. I know it didn't really look like we got a whole lot done today, but it just needed to be done. That polished look was just necessary, right? I just couldn't look at that for any longer. I know we got lots of stuff on the go, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, but that feels tremendous. So everybody, thank you so much for popping on by. I hope you enjoyed this LEGO City vlog. Your views, subscriptions, and thumbs up allow me to do this every single day, and I can't wait to continue working on the LEGO City update. It's been incredibly fun, and I'm really liking the direction that we're heading. It's amazing. Yeah, so thank you so much. Have yourselves a great day, and farewell. Bye-bye.